Okay, so the question that just came in went to the heart of what's the most tricky part about the bond. Can we get the state to fiscally support, right? So what Matt and I were thinking, and what some of you proposed in your notes on the phase one, is like, can we create a bond-like solution without an actual bond? And the way that would work is to do basically everything that you would have to do for a bond. So you would have to define over duration of the program before it's terminated. You would have to allow external investors to participate and own. In that case, it was a bond, but here they would own the quota. So you would have to remove the 60-day limit for, so right now, if you're not shipping milk, after 60 days, you lose your quota unless you sold it. And you would have to allow producers to sell quota to third parties. And if you do all of that, what you essentially create is an opportunity for every producer to monetize their quota individually. So rather than state finding an investor that would buy a bond, in this case, in this proposal, every single producer is in charge of finding an investor that would buy their quota if they want to be bought out. Now, they can do that already by finding another fellow dairy producer who wants to buy the quota from them. But if we do all of these changes, if we make the termination date known in advance and binding, so no more referendum after that, if you allow everyone to own quota and hold quota, not just dairy producers, you increase the number of potential players that are eligible to buy quota. And wherever you have a higher demand and the same supply, the low supply and demand merits that the price would go higher. If you remove the policy risk and if you increase who can buy quota, you can actually create additional value to the quota holders by increasing the price of quota. Now, at that point, those that are very close to retirement may just say, okay, this is it. I'm selling my quota. I'm getting out. Those that maybe wish to expand, they'll say, okay, I'm going to sell my quota now and use those funds to pay for part of my investment. There will be different reasons why people may wish to monetize quota, but they don't have to. In the bond idea, if we do go to a bond, you have to monetize your quota. You have to sell you have to be bought out. That is not offered as an option to you. And then if the bond pays you more than what you paid for quota, or what your tax basis of quota is on your balance for the tax purposes, well, then you'll have to pay the taxes, whether it's an income tax or a capital gain tax. You should discuss with your tax attorney, with your accountant. In the quota monetization idea, if you want to sell quota, you can, but if you prefer to keep on receiving monthly payments for a period of time or until the program expires, you can do that as well. So it's a bond-like solution without the bond. Let's see if we have another slide. No, that's it. So again, let's go through the survey. Click next on the previous one. Monetization of quota, document L. There's a brief description here. And then the same questions that you're already seen before. We're going to give you a minute or two to answer them, and then we'll proceed with the quota retirement.